Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This time we're going to be looking at the pool in Wharfedale Station, something I've been going on about for a while now, something that I said I was going to do and I've eventually got round to doing it. So let's kick off with the history of pool in Wharfedale Station, and we'll take in a bit of Arthington as well. The name of the station at Pool changed in 1927 from Pool to Pool in Wharfedale. The station had two entrances. One was directly from Old Pool Bank, just below the bridge. Another was off Pool Bank New Road, immediately above the Pool in Wharfedale Waterworks land. The stone entrance pillars are still visible adjacent to a garden on Willow Court. Part of a parliamentary bill for the construction of the Wharfedale line shows the population for Pool was given as 363, with Bramhope 350, Arthington 336 and Utley 3,445. No doubt due to the coming of the railway, Pool's population soon began to rise, as after the 363 was recorded in 1846, 1891 records show 554, and by 1921 it was 844. By the late 19th century, large houses began to be built on Arthington Lane, Pool Bank New Road and Utley Road. The movement of stone and bricks from Pool Bank quarries, goods to and from Whiteley's Mill, Midgley's Coal Yard, Royal Mail, wood, farmers' milk churns, farm animals, grain, on several occasions circus animals, World War II tanks and armaments together with civilian passengers, and also a partridge in a pear tree, all made a very active station. In 1 year, circa 1894, 12 to 14,000 tonnes of stone were sent, mostly to the Manchester Ship Canal and Tyne Docks. 74 stones, each 7 foot 6 inches square and 3 feet thick, were sent to Liverpool for the building of a large goods warehouse. 12,000 tonnes, with each stone weighing 13 tonnes, was for the Midland Railway warehouse in Sheffield. One day during World War II, a train pulled into the siding with the King, Queen and Princess Elizabeth and Margaret on board. The royal family were here to see troops from the nearby Farnley Army Camp training in the erecting of a Bailey Bridge should Pool Bridge be blown up. All this was done in secrecy, but excited children from Pool School, who were allowed to line the roadside, and memories recall the Queen wearing pale blue and the two princesses being dressed alike and worrying that they would dirty their shoes as it was very muddy. It is thought that the train remained in Bramhope Tunnel through the night. A more than normal number military guarded the station. A connecting quarry rail line was opened in 1880 by Benjamin Whittaker and Son, owners of Pool Bank Quarries. This ran to the south side of the station. Stone and bricks that were brought down in wagons or bogies for the quarries used a rail and pulley system, then loaded into railway goods wagons to be transported all over the world. A small dressing shed stood to the south of the station, used by stonemasons from the quarry. The north side of the station was developed into a busy coal siding used by Robert Midgley and Son, Pool's coal merchant and haulage contractor, whose family traded from early 1900 until 1998. Wagons were loaded with board, some destined for Russia, made by local paper manufacturer of B.S.&W. Whiteley Limited. Rags were also transported to the paper mill. In the 1960s further, a shipment was made to Russia via Whitby, where a ship was commissioned to carry paper board to Riga. Or Riga, whatever, R-I-G-A anyway. There was a large hand-operated crane on the north side of the station yard, used for handling goods. Although the railway had arrived in 1865, allowing goods to be dispatched to customers by rail, an inventory from 1895 showed transport would still be necessary from Whiteley's paper mill to the station. To avoid the transportation of pulp by canal into Leeds, then by lorry to the paper mill, Whiteley's made an abortive attempt to get a branch line laid direct to the mill. Until the 1920s, all pressboards at Whiteley's paper mill were manufactured using jute, after which wood pulp was used. The station was well used by passengers too. In fact, in the early 1900s, an extra passenger train to Leeds was warranted, and on the 30th of June 1929 a special train starting and returning to Poole was commissioned when all workers and their families from Whiteley's mill were taken to an exhibition in Newcastle. In October 1905, Poole Station was awarded first prize by the North Eastern Railway Company for the best kept wayside station. Again, in 1936, the station received third prize in the LNER Best Kept Station competition for the North East area. The station master was A.H. Wilden, and his two members of staff were George Bradley and Arthur Senior. Pumping water from the station to a tank at the top of Sandy Lobby to supply the cottages with fresh water was a daily morning task for the railway workers. The water came from a pump house situated next to the signal cabin on the station. So there we will conclude our look into Poole, or Poole in Wharfedale Station. I will not read out absolutely everything that was included in the website, which is pooleinwharfedalehistory.co.uk. Once again, that's www.pooleinwharfedalehistory.co.uk. I will put all the details in the description, and also I will put these up, the details at the end of the video, so you can actually go onto the website and read a lot more information than I provided on this video. I did not see the point in putting it all on here, because then there'd be no point in you visiting the site, which goes into a lot more of the history of Poole and is extremely interesting. And before I go on to Arthington, I would like to thank Pat Lazenby for giving me permission to use some of the literature and the pictures on the website. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope I've done Poole in Wharfedale Station justice. So now we will move on to Arthington, which is a short piece, but nonetheless interesting. So further up from Poole Station heading east is Arthington, and this is where the Wharfedale branch line joined the Leeds First line, now the North Eastern Railway, at Arthington, where a triangle was constructed, known as the Arthington Triangle. We have a signal box at each end of the 3 points. The original station at Arthington, then named Poole, was opened in 1849, south of the bridge crossing the A659. This was served by trains on the Leeds First line. Poole village was about 1 mile from this station. The station was renamed Arthington by the Leeds Northern Railway in 1852. When the Wharfedale branch opened in 1865, a temporary station was opened at Arthington South Junction, and the old station was closed. Despite complaints about the poor quality of the wooden hut at the junction, this seems to have been in use until 1876, when it was replaced by a new permanent station seen in some of the pictures. Less than 20 years later, a disastrous fire in November 1895 destroyed almost all of the station, and by December, plans to rebuild the station were drawn. The Wharfedale branch line was first used on the 1st of February 1865, when the train left Wellington Street, Leeds at 7 a.m, reaching Arthington at 7:26 and Otley at 7:38. At that time, there were 6 trains a day moving in each direction. So there we go, that's the extremely short bit on Arthington Station. Well, obviously the main focus was on Poole in Wharfedale Station. I will also do a video on pool bank quarries. This will come sometime in the future. I'm not going to commit to when, because I'm doing a lot of videos at the moment, as I'm getting a lot of requests, which is good. I would also like to say it's absolutely brilliant for my channel now to receive the 200 subscribers mark. I would like to thank everybody who subscribed. If you don't feel, I mean, it's free to subscribe, but if you don't feel like subscribing, then at least click like if you like the video, and click on the notifications so that it will come up when I post a new video. So again, I will end the video by thanking Pat Lazenby for letting me use the literature and photographs on the Pool in Wharfedale website, which again is www.poolinwharfedalehistory.co.uk. I will put this in the description and obviously pop it on one of the slides as well. It's absolutely fascinating history in regards to a lot of the wartime stuff and everything in Pool in Wharfedale up to its present day. Some fantastic work done there, so I'm very pleased to promote it. And until the next video, I do hope you've enjoyed this one. Do take care of yourselves, and goodbye.